Hi, it's Michael, and I am back with another artist. This is Marcos Monroy,
Hi, Michael.
and he's from Mexico. He's one of the artists in the Second Home show. We just talked to Marcos, can you tell us a little bit about your work?
Well, I do mixed media paintings, and I think for this exhibition, like the common denominator, it's
Yes.
like the Taiwanese newspaper that I use as a background.
Cool.
I really like how colorful it is, like the classified ads in the Taiwanese newspapers,
Right.
and for me it was quite I found them like quite special. Maybe for a local it's like just part of their daily life,
Right.
but for me I felt like it's visually very stunning to see all these little squares full of characters, and so I decided to make them part of my artwork, and I use them as the background for portraits of people I've met in Taiwan, and somehow they left some impression, and they've been part of my experience here in Taiwan.
So then these are all from the newspaper, you're cutting them out?
Yeah.
So it's almost like a collage?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a collage.
Wow.
I would say it's more like a how you call this?
Like a wallpaper?
Like a wallpaper.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will say it's like a wallpaper.
Because they're quite large canvases. And also, we met Marcos when we were hanging the show, and then again, we met at dinner last night because we were postponed because of this typhoon. But when I saw them, and then you had to go because we were out of hooks again, but I thought it was just so cool because I think that is something what is true about this whole idea of second home. There's things that we see that we find beautiful. Mar was just talking about going places and meeting people, but maybe in your daily life in Mexico, something that an outsider would find interesting, we don't. Like when I lived in Mexico, I loved the bullfighting posters, so I'd keep all of those, and like all the vecinos were like, "¿Qué te pasas, güero? Like it's basura." But I just thought it was so cool. So I'm on the same wavelength with you, where this is very, it's a character, but it's also a picture. Now, all of these people here, did they pose for this, or is it sketches you did beforehand?
Yeah, they kind of pose for my artwork. I
Okay.
always try to take an original picture
Right.
and then I do the sketch like,
Okay.
based on that picture. Yeah.
So is this sketched on first and then you paint, or is it just you're just trying to free painting it on?
No, yeah, I do sketch on the canvas like
Okay.
with pencil,
Right.
and then I put the painting like acrylics.
And now, are you working on one piece at a time, or?
Yeah, I work one piece at a time, and right now I'm switching more to landscapes. I'm using also like newspapers as a
Cool.
background, but now I'm experimenting with landscape.
Okay, so these ones, you've got to cut this out, you glue it on, you let it dry. Do you already know what you want to do with it, or?
Sometimes I know what I want to do, and sometimes I just stare at the
Empty.
at the canvas and
Yeah.
the empty
Start answering the
wallpaper,
ads.
and
Yeah.
and
Rent a
I just
truck.
I just stare at it until I get the inspiration until the
Inspiration to
muse
do it.
appears.
Okay, and then you've added these blocks of colors as well,
Yeah.
just to kind of balance it out.
Yeah, somehow I feel like there's a grid and there's some patterns.
Yeah.
And the squares. I think I'm a graphic designer, so I feel like I'm always working with grids, and so
Yeah.
I feel like it's also a little part of my artwork. And so yeah, I like how the newspaper is also establishing some of the movement. So I start like feeling some of the squares of the ads
Right.
with painting with painting. So.
And then you could just do a collage and then that could be it. But you're doing the painting on top of it as well, because this is quite meticulous to do. So you have this one here with Taipei 101, and it's quite interesting because you got a lot of shading on the face, so you can tell about the woman's face, but you can still see, and the collarbone you can still see. And then I like how then some places it's very kind of blocked out So this area here, you're not seeing any of the newsprint underneath.
Yeah, that was my intention. Play with this very strong, like plain the colors, but
Right.
also having like this transparent. So I think that the game between uh, something more cartoonish and rough,
Yeah.
and sloppy painting with the detail. Light and shadows of the face. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's quite.
There's some transparency.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like.
quite. It's very interesting to still see the text, but then still see the detail. And we've been saying this a lot about. We just did Art Taichung a couple weeks ago, like art that you can get, but years later you're still looking at it. Like I think there's little details that I'm seeing today that I didn't see the other day. So I quite enjoy that. And then this third piece here, this is another one, and this is different because it's very kind of blocked on the color.
Yeah, this was my first painting with this kind of style,
Right.
and I was just experimenting, and I really loved the result.
Yeah.
But I had no. I kind of have some ideas. Okay, I want to do a portrait. I want to just have a lot of color, and I'm not sure how it's gonna look, but I'm gonna try it, and I really like that.
Yeah.
And I've been learning since the first one, and the other one is the one in the right is the second one, and I've been learning. Okay, this color works.
Right.
This one has the newspapers in this one. It was kind of old, so it has a yellowish
Right.
color, and so that's why I started playing with the yellows and the blues that they give you this high contrast.
Right.
And
Are you manipulating the colors anyway? This one has a lot of a blue tinge. Do you put a little?
yeah, for that one,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
this one has like a blue tint, but this
Right.
one is not. Doesn't have anything. It's just like the old paper gets this yellow
Yes,
color
in the sun.
with time with sun and time. Yeah.
Right.
And that's how I like it. And yeah, I didn't wanna use only the gray. The new newspaper is
Yeah.
so grayish, and
Yeah.
I kind of don't like that, so
No.
I just put some color on.
And I don't think you would find this in the West with so colorful for ads. I
Never,
think
yeah.
everything is all
grayish.
black and white now. And then you've got these two as well. Now this is a different kind of technique. This is
This is oil pastels.
Oil pastel.
That's just a new technique I've been using. I kind of wanna. I felt a little bit stuck, like struggling with some creative like blockage.
Right.
So I decided to use a new technique and see how it goes. And I started using oil pastels, and I found it's quite fun, especially for landscapes.
right.
I loved it how it works like for landscapes, and I'm using also newspapers as a background,
It's
but this
like
time it's
the stock
the
exchange?
stock. I guess so. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I feel like it's the stock exchange,
Yeah.
and so you can see all the numbers behind the drawings.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful.
And yeah, so I like the idea of messing with something so serious as the stocks and the economics,
Right.
and just doing whatever I like on top of it, right?
Right.
And doing something more artistic and
Right.
and poetic than just see numbers and money and currency.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, and hopefully we'll meet the other artists as well. So it's such a fun mix. Now you've got another show happening in September,
That's right.
so we hope to be at that. We won't be part of that because I'm not from Mexico. I'm not from Latin America. I just snuck into this one, but it's wonderful work, Marcos. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and let's have a great opening.